shown me multiple levels. I was thinking these guys just would force buy and keep their individuals firing on all cylinders to break your economy and make sure that you have pressure on you and can't, I guess, do your game plan. But when we saw them play against Big, that was a completely different version of Na'Vi. That was a team who was so well-oiled and well-regimented. They were the ones who looked better prepared in the server, and that's shown me that if they can come in today with a similar firepower against MIBR, they can destroy them.
And a simple setup, I say simple, of course, in quotes, but with a simple setup, they just have the aim. You really, if you don't win that duel in any of those points of entry, you're gonna have to look for the next round, and that's what's so scary. And I'm sure it's not scary for Parla because he's hanging out with his buddies Na'Vi as they get closer and closer to game time.
I am indeed hanging out with Na'Vi, and by the way, what a fantastic intro. Everybody, can you give it up for Alex and the guys on the desk? And a quick question, do we have any Simple fans in the building? Simple, when I met you in 2015, you were a rough diamond with a bit of a bad boy reputation. At that time, could you ever imagine being seen as one of the best players in the world and competing on stages like this with crowds like that?
I can only say it's about all people that I...
E aí,
has a moment. Edward, you are a storied CSGO player. You are a respected legend of the game. At a moment like this, before you go into battle at a major, what is King Edward thinking?
How to play good, man.
All right, well, best of luck. Final words with Mr. Electronic. Sir, you've been a superstar as of late. Would you like to say anything to the crowd, to the fans at home?
I hope you will cheer for us, boys. That's why we need your support, boys. For win.
All right, and some extra final words from Sasha.
We are doing it for you guys. So cheer for your favorite team, not only for us, for me, MIBR as well. We hope you're gonna show a beautiful Counter-Strike and you will like it.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Na'Vi. Give it up for MIBR. This semi-final is going to be huge. Alex, over to you.
Oh my goodness. Simple, he's a stunner in the server, stunner on the mic as well. But yes, we do want to get closer and closer to game time. We need to know the maps, and you need to know about one of our sponsors, epics.gg. You can collect your favorite CSGO pros, trade them, and all of that good stuff. Check it out on the app, iOS and Google Play, or you can head over to the website, epics.gg. But moving on, what I want to do is focus on two of the biggest names in the server, and I say that without much hesitation. It's coldzera and Simple. These guys have forged quite the legacy for themselves outside of the team.
Yeah, and in the context of this tournament, Simple, as I mentioned earlier, ranked #1 on statistics, and then coldzera coming in at #7. Now, there is obviously the conversation over the last couple of years who the best player in the world is. For me, it has to be Simple, but coldzera is always in the discussion with the top 3. You add Nico into that mix, and that is so fiery.
Very different players and very different approaches to the game, though, Threat.
Yeah, coldzera is a very defensive player, whereas Simple is more explosive. You go for more peaks with that up. However, I think coldzera's style fits MIBR better. I don't think Simple should be on MIBR and the other way around.
Sure. It's almost as if they thrive within exactly what they're supposed to do, within the parameters that the team requires of them.
Well, definitely Na'Vi builds Simple up to be the best player in the world, but why wouldn't you, right? When this guy can do it day in, day out, he always performs. I think there was only one game I remember where, you know, he wasn't towards the top of the leaderboard in this tournament, but he was still winning a game 16-6 or something of the lines. You know, that means that they're doing something right. And that's
talk about those vetoes before we start talking now. The upcomer app, you guys have been casting your vote. Now, I'm 50-50 in this crowd. That way. Do we have any Na'Vi fans here?
O jogo da MBR começou, mano. Começou o jogo da MBR. É contra a Cruz? É contra a Na'Vi, mano.
Okay, what's that? I think that Na'Vi have a definite edge here. To prove themselves, if it's rebounding,
forget either that the second team is 16-0. With the team that Na'Vi nearly beat, it was a best of one, 16-14 threat that Na'Vi really were not far from taking.
Começou agora.
Começou a live, mas eles já estão lá se preparando.
In favor of
Eles estão comentando como é que vai ser a partida.
You know what that music means, it's time for the veto. 7 maps in the pool, just 3 for the battlefield as we step into a semi-final.
Very clear here, Na'Vi needs to replace, see that, and place. That's barrage where they find so much success with a start. So they want to mix up. So they want to go for a punish pick, which could be an overpass, a map where, you know, MIBR haven't really shown much form. Oh, will be overpass. That's a risk early.
Does that mean we get fallen in toilets doing mad things with the orb?
Yeah, they've thrown a curveball in the last game as well. They picked Nuke versus Complexity, so this is the second time now they go for a spring shot.
That's tough too. That's tough too. So, okay, let's just hold up a second. MIBR 16-0 in this tournament, on this map, to pick it into Na'Vi, who looked very good against Big earlier in the tournament. This is very strange.
And they've played Inferno plenty of times. One, except for that Tylo game, they've been very consistent. Na'Vi's been really bad on Inferno these past few months, so this is really striking.
And Na'Vi had some serious nade usage on Dust too. He actually highlighted it, right? Throwing a spanner in the works.
Historically, Na'Vi. So they've really polished it with the end on train. Look, we've really lost most of the brawly maps here.
Yeah.
But Na'Vi banned Mirage.
Na'Vi banned Mirage, but also MIBR had the choice of Inferno. I mean, MIBR's Inferno, they have no slashes.
Yeah, they were looking hot on Inferno throughout the tournament. They were getting bananas. You did see them pick up against Tylo earlier. So to overpass to come out here, I'm very curious because we haven't seen a lot of MIBR on their approach is going to be. Historically, you know, we've had Fur over in the toilets before and they're playing the A bomb side quite aggressively over towards B. That's where you have Bolts anchoring, but that's when you had Taco and Bolt on the team. Now we've got Stewie and Tarek who are a lot more aggressive and more hybrid players, so it's going to be interesting to see how their City side plays out.
So overpass, I had the absolute joy of seeing Na'Vi pretty much the team, of course, not really the full 5, but no, boost. Crazy innovation. This, and Na'Vi.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to need those tricks against MIBR. We've already seen what they can do after they lose pistols or they force buy in, the economy's broken. They're able to pull out these miracle rounds, and that's just by getting the weapon. There's a couple of factors I want to touch on here. Na'Vi and MIBR throughout the tournament have both got 50% wins on pistols, right? So we know that how integral pistols can be, but they're pretty even. The biggest stat line here, Na'Vi after converting pistols have a 100% conversion rate. They're able to convert them. We know how
So MIBR more average than Na'Vi. Now when you've got simple, you just put a dead terrorists win. He's going to win this.
the flow-on effect is grab your gear and let's go. Grenade out! That force by punch, that first gun makes it low. Just converting. Get 4 or 5 rounds out of that if you're Na'Vi most times.
Yeah, we are getting closer and closer to Please give them a warm Wembley welcome. It's going to be Anders and Jason Moses O'Toole. You guys are great.
This crowd's great.
I'm telling you, nothing does it best.
I know, I feel like you guys, that have been traveling with the broadcasting, definitely give me an appropriate representation of how amazing UK people are.
Okay, I see how it is.
That wasn't bad.
I'll give it to you, I haven't seen wear a tie since your 30th birthday in 93, but it's,
I really want to go for MIBR in this one. Big. I'm not going to. I think Simple Electronic together. That pairing is probably the best 2 players we have on the team of this major. I think now
you got a split cash the desk here, Anders, or what are you saying?
Not like, 1 week after we leave the desk, and those are already standing. I'm going with Na'Vi as well.
You are? Another Na'Vi. You said 75, Craig. You said 75-25. You got no love for MIBR? Navi. Okie dokie. So now I'm starting to feel a bit of
I'm lost. I am lost. That veto is really fun. It's fine. It's fine. The edge of this matchup. It's just that the game plan of MIBR can be run without too many hiccups. You can see this going the distance, giving us 3 maps. It's still going
now, you haven't been here in Wembley for the last couple of days. You may not have met our pro analyst. We'll check in with her now and see what she's been saying. It's, of course, 2 eggs. Our favorite analyst. She's been rocking the percentage. All right. She's been working with Parla thoroughly. Whoa! One for MIBR.
There's got to be something.
4 de vida, bom.
Tô caminhado.
Tem smoke, Marco. Meu Deus, a vida para aí, velho. A game faz barulho diferente. Caralho. Bang de batia ela.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we have done our predictions, and that does mean it's almost game. The players can't joys of the booth. Now, if you could get those smartphones out for now, why not let's go ahead and get him fully already? I don't have to explain. Get him up, let the players see you, and if you roar loud enough, they may even hear you. So on 3, I want to hear you, Wembley. 1, 2, 3! Welcome to the main dome, welcome to London, and
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Alex. This is going to be a historic game for sure. MIBR now being a best of 3 in a semi. Wait for this to get underway. I think it's crazy and beautiful, absurd Counter-Strike.
We've already seen the absurdity, the insanity of picking Dust 2 if you're MIBR. Every server is going to do the same thing. Plays the guys like Simple and Fallen can make. This could be an unbelievable matchup, and what triple match to do it on. You know, overpass into Dust 2. That's craziness.
Yeah, I was shocked by that pick, but let's see what they bring. This is going to be exciting on overpass as well. So many historic matchups that have happened on this map. So much innovation that can still happen as we go through. It feels like even though it's obviously sort of a mainstay of Counter-Strike now, it hasn't been explored as deep as it could have been. And some of the people on this have been falling. Absolute madness as well.
He's one of the originals that showed how you can defend this map with an AWP, and yeah, I mean, there's always new tricks, especially at the major, especially with a big break coming in. These teams get prepared on a whole new level. We're going to see some fun things between 2 of the best teams in the world. This is for a spot in the Grand Finals. It's Grand Finals or bust for both of these squads. And here we go, Wembley, live into the pistol round. Navi versus MIBR.
It's going to be MIBR starting on the CT side, Navi on the T side, and we are off to a banging start with Tarek taking down Simple. And anytime you get him in the kill feed on the receiving end, you know it's good. You know you've done something right. It's like killing Simple once you take him down. And Tarek made it look easy as well. Now they're going to be boosting, looking into the connector, but Flamey absolutely calling that bluff immediately and taking down Cold Cirrus, 2 of the heavy hitters out of the pistol round already. And it's a 4-on-4 with plenty of time.
And with that kill, you can see Navi shifting over towards this B bomb site just a little bit. They know there had to have been a second player for that boost. They want to at least force it back. Stewie's got a new angle. Here's the door. He wants jumping across. That's the information over to Navi, and they bail out. A stalemate over in the short waters.
Smoke there as well on the Navi side, so I mean, it's a little bit slow and try and feel out what the defense is like before they commit those smokes. How it's all going to play out. And 1 long-range upgraded P250 that we're all a fan of now. It's on. Get 1 long-range shot against that USP, it'll take out a player instantly. No head armor in the pistol round, so that'll do the trick.
It was on Simple first, but he got taken down early, and Tarek's about to get hard checked. This can be dangerous. Fallen's there to try and cover him a little bit, but this is a tenuous moment in this pistol round.
Is that what happened on the other side? He could flash Tarek right here. He does time over long. That smoke goes over there. Time now, 22 seconds. They're coming to this fight. Tarek trying to get a double, but he can't do it. Electronic will take him down. And now on the side, they can't wait any longer. Fallen can't see a single thing. Perfect flashbang. Electronic sets up the double kill. 10 seconds left. The bomb goes down right in front. he could have almost won that round. Just one more second is what he needed, and it's on Fur. 1 versus 3, tagged up, already down. Flamey with the triple instead, and now we win the pistol.
Start, you got to feel pretty good about that if you're my leaking cut unawares by the execution of the bomb site. This flashbang and on the plant as MIBR falls into desperation. A 1-0 start for Navi, and as they just highlighted in the desk, 100% win percentage on converting this second round of plays. That's craziness to see in a tournament. I mean, that just doesn't happen anymore.
How that actually works. It feels like it shouldn't be real, but a lot of Mac 10, a couple of big hits into it as well. CSAT 75s and Deagles definitely don't want to underestimate that at the current time. Edward leading the charge a little bit here with a Mac 10. But they're all set up. I mean, at least 4 of them around the corner. It's going to be Fallen picking up the first kill. A little Fallen for practically out of it, and they can see up close to this push. Still a 3-on-3 though. Not so bad actually for MIBR. I'm defusing the bomb.
Not too bad at all. Still an element of danger. They've held this back. Takes off Edward's head, and now Electronic and Simple are split. These two players have been so good. Oh, Simple's gonna have the information. Coldzera turns the corner. He's not ready. He's not prepared. Into a 2-on-2. The outside is open. Electronic can watch the to stop this plant. It will fall into a clutch situation, and no rifles have been picked up by.
Well, he had the bomb. If he doesn't win that fight for whatever reason, that gives away the bomb, and it's a very awkward 1-on-2. This retake will be almost impossible. You have to fight long range. They have a Molotov as well they can put on that bomb site. Tarek is going to be going down. It's a good double kill for Simple. And now, Stewie, good time to work some magic. A grenade to try and set it up. But Simple will land the triple instead. And that will be Navi at 2-0. Very close there for them. I mean, definitely a scary round.
That is definitely a scary round. So Navi going to be put on notice, and we have it coming into this. MIBR is not going to invest, so we have time really quick. Last few days of the major. FaceItMajor.com/premium pass. If you want to be able to pick and choose whichever players you want to spectate throughout the rest of this event. The first few games of the day,
I'm alone here.
Is free. That's pretty sweet.
Indeed. Definitely check that out. Single flashbang there on the MIBR side. Something that they have actually committed to for quite a while. One of the things I really do enjoy about this team, they go for these big stacks. They try and hide until you're really deep in the bomb site, and then the first point of contact, they put out that flashbang and they just hope for the best. That's a good grenade though, softening up Stewie already down to 27. Now they're deep on the bomb site. Flashbang comes out maybe a bit late and actually goes a bit past them as well. Good kills. Coldzera also taking down Zeus. This is a bit more expensive right now. Much more expensive actually than Navi would like. Back in a 2-on-2, they don't even have armor this time, and they're doing all this damage, flanking around one corner. He's going to clean up Fur, and he's going to clean up Fur, and Coldzera, he's going to go down as well, but still, that's a lot of kills in the first early rounds here for MIBR.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds. Navi only survives with 2 players. That's a lot of cash eaten up on these rebuys coming in here. Not bad for MIBR whatsoever, but this is the first on the offense. 3-0. Now you're going to start Fallen's going to have the AWP with a little bit of light armor. Good missing utility on his defense. Navi wants to get started too. MIBR wants to get started real quick. You do not want to go down 5-0. Give Navi all the rounds that they need to start this map out.
Tarek setting up for the monster tunnel smoke. This is to try and prevent any kind of quick B rush. Those 2 rushes can be so deadly on this map. Oh, it actually did miss. He's not going to have an effect this round. It's that scary. If they'd gone for it, that would have been a great setup.
It's also scary to think you pass that information on. You better be able to might also get into the minds of anyone who might want to peek behind that. It's not.
What a gift it is. Fallen versus Simple. That alt battle alone.
Caralho, comigo smoke, eu vou te dar banho, tá bom.
Electronic just a little aggressive there. A little aggressive there. Really scary. There are lots of ways really scary. They can retake that part of the map. And so far Navi slow to creep across the map, as they usually are.
Going to be interesting to watch how Fallen moves his AWP across the map. He had it out towards long early on, but when he feels no pressure, now he's gotten in towards bathrooms where he can fight a retreating battle. So many different angles he can take. It's always precarious timing though as you try and eventually sink into the bomb site. There's no one back there. It's him and Fur. Very aggressive crossfire setup. Fur needs to stay alive as well. If he goes down, Fallen is exposed. They're going to start wrapping behind. Edward and Simple playing long. Fallen with the chance. First kill, that's an easy one. Do they hunt him down? Fur is still waiting to punish anyone who comes up next. But Fallen on the hunt as well. A second kill. Oh, and he taps Electronic as well. Low HP.
Sure if he knows yet. They've done everything right. Fallen held that bomb site for such a long time. Cold Sierra challenging the flames and getting the kill on Edward. We're beginning in 10 seconds. Cold Sierra gets the kill. This hope to that break. He's going to stop the bomb. 10 seconds now, and there it is. Stewie kill on Simple. And MIBR on the board already 3-1. They only survived with one man, which means it's still very sketchy for them. But that was a big round in their favor.
This really was, and it felt like it should have been a cleaner win. A 5-on-3. And even one player badly bruised.
Oh, vacilando, essa era nossa.
Still a battle the whole way through. Only surviving with one player means the money's going to be low. It's going to be busted on the Na'Vi side. This is huge. Which team gets broken early on in this game? If it's MIBR, that's the nightmare scenario for a defense. And we know Na'Vi are good with these force buys.
See if Tarek gets it. That's how it was supposed to work. Down in the tunnel. Nice.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back into it. It's just, you know, needed to get that arm warmed up, Moses. Very sketchy buy out of Na'Vi. Those are the early rounds where they also lose players that are sort of back to haunt them a little bit now.
All right, look at what they've done. Even just losing a round in a one-on-one, I mean, that's Fallen with the ability, but no armor. He's had to drop a weapon over to a teammate. Light on utility. Only one kit on the Fur. They have the SMG as well. So this MIBR, the arsenal they're bringing into it is great. Play more passive, sinking into the bomb site with over a minute remaining in the round. Na'Vi, no one over towards that B bomb site as well. Flamey has control of the stairs, and they're happy with that for the moment. But if MIBR ever investigate anything, they're going to feel no pressure.
It's actually a really good amount of utility on the Na'Vi side. If they can get long and restrooms, they're going to fall back from it. I thought maybe they would use that as a staging area to set up the execute into the A bomb site. They're not doing that right now. Instead, they've just cleared it out, making sure no one's flanking them, and then they're going back to recommit to the B bomb site. This is, I mean, the way that Stewie and the rest are holding it down here, Cold Sierra, they're actually falling out of it. Oh no, this could be an absolutely unmitigated. Keeps going this way. MIBR feel like they've got some. Are they just waiting?
I think the round was called off. There was a tech issue.
I was gonna
so
say, man,
yeah.
I was getting real scared then. I was like, oh no, don't do that.
Oh, what a tease!
That was a really good tease, wasn't it?
We're just chilling with our hearts. So yeah, tech issue. Nothing going crazy. No one took damage. We're gonna be able to restart that round easily.
It would have been. It's good that it happens. So once someone's taking damage, that means the round is kind of live, and you just deal with whatever happens. Good little thing.
Our boy Yanko getting a little bit of a cheer from the crowd. We will defeat the mercenaries.
Served as well. Listen, I definitely want shots of Yanko when they're winning rounds. That's my new favorite thing. I want a whole gift database just of Yanko doing things.
Looks like the issue is with Fallen. He's the one who's got his headsets off. No one else talking. Obviously, communication during be no craziness going on, and as they get fixed, I mean, this has been a lot of damage in those second and third rounds, despite not dropping either one of them. And then with that. This kind of is the first real test for both of these teams. Both of them at the brink of what they can bring into the round.
Just a sign. Oh man, they've been calling his name for like...
They've been chanting him all morning.
Like an hour before anyone even showed up on the stage. It's incredible.
It's not bad. This might be a good time to talk about. There was, if any of you don't necessarily follow the Na'Vi, I believe it was the Na'Vi official YouTube, there was that clip of Electronic taking a little bit of umbrage to the fact that Fallen maybe put him down a bit in an interview and said something along the lines. You know, Na'Vi coming into this unprepared, Na'Vi not looking strong, and that's why they dropped the maps. And Electronic was not pleased with that. He said he had a dream that he would get MIBR in the semifinals, and he's got his dream.
Yeah. Especially when I mean, again, the star power of MIBR is so ridiculous when you look at it. You keep having this feeling that if you can get the last piece of the puzzle to sort of click all the way through, then they almost matter of time before this MIBR team kind of returns to its glory. Well, just
just have to see. They've been slowly improving. I thought it would be a bit faster, but I mean, you still got to be kind of happy if you're MIBR weakened state, quote unquote. You'd still be in the top 4 of it.
It really is. It's so ridiculous. If you think of all the lineup changes that Fallen has been behind throughout the just CSGO Brazilian Counter-Strike, and how many times he's been right. Like it's so ridiculous. It's so hard to change players, right? And he just keeps hats them out, brings in new people, and it works again. All right, easy for Navi. I thought it was going to be easy for Ents. I've seen a lot of Ents shirts in the crowd.
Yeah, that's cool to see. Shout out to our boy Natsu. Ents coming up hot. Well, either way, Tech Pause is all completed. London, have you guys all had an appropriate number of beers?
Yeah.
Getting there.
It's early, but they'll get there. All right, 5th round coming up. Tech issues are all out of the way. We've got some AKs, that one Galil there. It's imperative for MI.
Coçar o sovaco, mano. Puta que pariu.
It's not completely risk throwing that grenade.
Yeah, especially if it lands the way it did. Yeah, they're going to shuffle the guns around as well. Edward had one of the AKs, but he passes it over.
Remember this day, my
friend. The high HP players with the most impactful weapons.
I'm going to do this.
We're again playing a similar setup as to that previous. Deep into the bomb site. And Navi again just kind of pushing forward towards all 5 players on this side of the map, and this time coldzera has actually pushed in towards short sewers, so they have all the knowledge that no pressure is coming from that direction. He has the information needed, and that'll allow Tarek to cheat back towards A a little bit quicker than he probably normally would.
It's even a dynamic position for coldzera to be in, because he could actually flank them from connector if he's really quick about it, so it works in so many different ways. It's not bad at all. See, is anyone going to jump at the flower beds here? Fallen, he can definitely get some flicks of his own, and Edward might not know it yet, but it's dangerous.
Não entra meio não, hein? Se entrar meio vai tomar.
Puxa fundo. Fallen instantly, doesn't even realize there's a second player there. The smoke, beautiful double kill. Finally he gets
dois aqui na porta do fundo mirar.
MP9 close range, 25 seconds. It's a 2-1. Well, winning this MIBR. He picks up a head and the electric. Like to spin back and oh my god! Triple and almost taking him out of the round. He was on top of the mountain. He was exposed from every single angle.
Able to spin and get that second one. You can see why he's been such a danger. And also you see on the screen Stewie. A little bit of words between that round. Probably something along the lines of that should have never happened. coldzera swinging for the wide fight. Not fully realizing where Electronic is in. Electronic position was in Stewie. I mean, that's got to be a tough situation. All of a sudden you're left alone. That's awkward and a very bad feeling. As they want to talk things over. One of the great strengths of theirs, among their rise recently has been their ability to force fight, has been their ability to win these rounds with to work with. Yeah. And you imagine they have to know back-to-back rounds that MIBR not just one player surviving. I would imagine this is going to be some kind of investment for Navi as they try to keep that pressure on this defense, and indeed it's picked up. 3-2, Navi with a very narrow lead.
It's one of the things that make them hard to play against. It's also a point of criticism that we bring up. Some of the downfalls they've had have been fueled by this kind of a purchase, and we don't know if it's going to be one of those games yet. This round, number 6, and MIBR. Again, as you said, they've won 2 in a row, but Fallen still has no body armor. They're limited on grenades. They've got that MP9 there from us in the mix as well. And Tarek wants to push right through, going to be taking down Edward. Simple is on the other side, though. He's got the deagle in hand, the grenade follow-up, and good shot from Fallen, covering the back. Flamey's down and out. Oh, Simple. He hits that headshot anyway. Just does not care.
Spot. That's awkward battle to take on the rotation. It's just a pistol, so Stewie's going to help him out. No real punch there, but now they have to do what they haven't been able to previously. They have to keep players alive, and there's Electronic, and that might have been the last element of danger. Away from them. This is looking like a very clean win for the MIBR side. It's just Simple.
Starting to look much better now. Simple, every kill right now is going to make a difference. One good, 2, and 3. Really wants them to make the mistake. It's a bit of a shame that he got caught sort of out in the open down on that B bomb side with the AK-47, because otherwise it's very unlikely that they would check that angle. Simple's going to be going down. Stewie getting the triple. And he's stealing the deagle at the end. 3-3, all tied up early on. Man, this has the early symptoms, Moses. You can sort of feel it coming in. Remember, Navi are playing on the T side, which is the harder side to play on this map.
You gotta love the bold call from MIBR though to push up, knowing it's likely going to be a bomb instead of just sitting back and waiting for those deagles to get into position to be able to jiggle peek in towards bomb sites. Go and take the fight to them. They can back down, obviously, but you want to see an MIBR that's going to be assertive. You want to see them willing to challenge and willing to fight Navi. We're maybe coming again. We know Fur likes the aggression as well. Molotov to keep them delayed and back, and that nade time for when the Molotov ends, hoping someone from Navi is creeping forward. Damage dealt.
That's 4 people on the B-bomb side in the first, Tarek as well. He's alone up here and just fighting and winning as well. Edward and Flamey both going down. Obviously no armor, but still.
Nice, nice.
The playground actually funnels all 5 players of Navi down into that, so they're all just there for the start. You're only going maybe 3. Probably the one play that's being made is this. Fur pushing down, that's the bomb. A new angle, but the same spot in danger. And a clean sweep for MIBR. 4 in a row for this defensive side.
That's going to build the economy. That's going to give them some space to work with. Navi, they're back in the money as well. That round loss bonus has started to build up. Losing 4 in a row will definitely do that, so they're looking a little bit fresher now. It'll be fun to see. Just fun to witness on the B-bomb side as well if you want, so kind of hope that we could see. I mean, they've had enough map control to be able to execute that kind of play, right?
At times, yes. See if they get it again. Fur's going to be at those stairs. He's going to have great control, actually. And another boost, the same exact boost they saw last time. Maybe MIBR calling their bluff, saying you won't expect this twice. There's going to be a timing on when they fall away, because it's going to cover Tarek as he takes control. There's the flashbang, and they peek. Electronic goes for the off. Cold Zero hides, and Tarek's able to punish. Slow this down. Zeus, oh, he's going to be bold. Somehow wins that. Tarek's going to be front. Damage. The rest of the hit going to come from Stewie to hold initially. Himself hard to find. Short, more than a minute left. Strange, he falls back into the smoke and he's going to get caught by Flamey. That was very what would have been ridiculous. As well. Much better hit this time for Navi. They're looking strong. They do line up. Down, yes, but really locked in. Almost. Furry's going to smoke it off. 7 health out there. Can he take the fight? Simple. In this position is no longer safe. A little bit of a missed opportunity. Simple has no idea. He's still in. Fur gonna go. He misses the chance. Now it's all in 1 versus 2, and he gets caught jumping. Simple will close. Now we are closing 4 in a row. Got their round finally gave the right points. Huge relief for them. That's the next big danger of Fur's aggression. The fast flanks that come out are so brutal. This could have been much, much worse. When he turns the corner, the smoke rolls up. Simple here has no choice but to fight. He knows he's blocked in. The timing. Takes the swing. Simple with a double kill to end things, and still MIBR hasn't been able to sustain or secure any kind of long-term economy. They're back to, I mean, they have the weapons, but again, the last buy, a chance again for Navi to break down.
Oh, absolutely. A double up setup. See what we can get out of it. Electronic incredibly quick, and they're looking for that boost every single time. Fallen, bit of an off angle here. Electronic going to be hard to defend, though only has 1 shot basically, and he's going to be out. There's Cold Zero taking down 1. The second op is here. Fallen, he's got his aim trained right at that corner.
This could be tough though, because Fallen, Electronic turns the corner too fast and actually goes for a wide peek. It can be really awesome. Stewie's here, Stewie's here as well.
Entra fundo você. Vocês vão ficar campando, assim, tem que rushar, cara. Não vai nada, cara. Vocês não é CT não, pra ficar marcando.
Somehow they make the entry happen anyway. Now it's just Fallen getting 1 more kill, putting out the grenade and buying time again for the rest. This T offense is so big right now. it up as well. Taking it's absolutely beautiful. Look how dialed in he is. He almost saved them the last time. This time he's got a bit of a shot at doing it. Simple's there with the AWP. They need to pick up that bomb and go for the plant eventually. Not a bad player to have left in this 1 versus 2 scenario. This is about money right now for both teams. Whoever loses this one is going to be in so much trouble. They smoke him off, but who's going to plant the bomb? There's a grenade on Fur, and if Flamey's the one planting it, yeah, he's going to line it up. Is it going to be a touchdown? It will take it. The bomb is planted, so it's a second too late. Now it's Simple on the waiting with that AK-47. He's behind the barrels, just looking for it. And Fur, he's trying to make him make a mistake. He wants him to come and peek, but Simple isn't doing it right now. He's got the advantage. He's got the better angle.
Perde meu pau. O time aqui não sabe roxar não, né? Relaxa, deixa eu só dar o 8.
Chamei. That's a difficult 1v2 for Fur to win, even with the nade kill as well. You know Simple had the AWP previously, so you're probably thinking he's going to be at a different angle, that he's going to be farther back, but Simple swaps out. Be a bit more mobile, peek around the pillar and finds Fur. I think MIBR that slowed down into the trouble. Once they didn't have the entries they wanted, I think MIBR thought that was going to be a rotation from Na'Vi back to that A bomb site. You could see Fallen kind of ignoring the left side of the site over that ramp and starting to fall back to get a different position and maybe cheat back towards A. Tactical timeout here we have going into the save round as Yanko pointing at his head. Mentality, perhaps, telling them to keep their focus.
That shoot him in the head.
Peguei B. Vem B.
Go for it. That was 5 on 3 that Na'Vi managed to
Nada B.
in those rounds. They've got the superior money now. And slow it down a little bit.
A lot of the focus in this tournament so far has been Eastern Na'Vi has been on, Simple and electronic.
Passou no escuro baixo.
Escuro baixo.
Puta, mano.
Double kills and everything, and he's a big factor why that round was actually turned into Na'Vi's favor. That is stellar play from Flamey. The Molotov Edwards going to pounce. He's going to try and take advantage of it. Not going to happen, but now they can use their utility to set up the stage, and a team kill comes in a little bit rattled. That's not what Yanko had in mind when he was pointing at his head. And an easy take for Na'Vi.
They did only have pistols, so I guess the consequence of that is pretty minimal, but it did look kind of funny. Stewie and Fur, 2 on 5 here.
What's me?
It's hard to really save this to make it secure on electronic and still it would be big news. Eagle, still a guy there. Hiding inside the smoke is Fur. Electronic, he could end up giving them a rifle here. It's not quite going to happen.
They're not. They're not.
Tem escuro. Passando. Passou rápido.
Still going to be top for MIBR to fight for this next one. I think they're actually going to go I think they're even going to go for a small save, a little bit of a half buy coming in. Just pistols and armor, MIBR to try and turn the favor, but they want the ops, obviously.
Over, what, 4,100 or something?
Really relying on that double op setup. This one, it's not completely sitting out, but they are going to give Na'Vi a huge advantage here in this round, but these pistols could still catch Na'Vi off guard. It is a different style of play you have to come out with. Your MIBR with the Deagles, with the CZs, much different mobility. But these teams that has been getting punished by Na'Vi, has been getting absolutely pummeled over and over again, and it's starting to crumble.
It's a good switch as well, because they were losing some of those A rounds. Even if they were clutches in really close rounds, it's a good job that they managed to change their ball. Checking out the other side of the map a bit more. We are not really aggressive at all in this round, in fact. 3 on A, 2, or sorry, 3 on B, 2 on A. They're just going to have to wait.
Ó, varanda C4, não vai com a C4. Escuro baixo.
Tá rushando B.
Escuro baixo, escuro baixo.
Crowd can feel it coming. Na'Vi closes in towards the
Pegou a K.
MIBR wants to win this round, they're going to have to cheat. They have to go for some kind of a gamble, and it might be too late. Now's the execution. We'll see how the smoke does. It could go down Tarek with a peek. Electronic takes him out of no chance for that. Spams it, but Fur doesn't blink. He doesn't bat an eye.
He's just ready and
escuro baixo, tem.
More than the single one. He's going to be pushing out the flash.
Tinha no bomb também.
Still falling, getting a kill, and he's just waiting for it. He's going to finally tap it away in the bomb. There's not getting hunted. He needed a couple of more seconds there. Stewie dropping one more. 10 seconds left. It's a one-on-one. Goal. Gonna go. Oh my God! Taking him down. Instantly. That is stone cold, isn't it?
Fur is unbelievable. The trigger discipline in that scenario, unflinching, being spammed at. He's able to delay the plant. That does everything. They finally get the numbers over, and this is what I mean, a different style against pistols. Look at how much more risky mobility you can be coming through the smoke, and it's Coldzera ends Flamey. Immediately, 5 to 6. They've got plenty of money now. The double off set up all the utility.
Banga fundo, banga
They
fundo.
can build upon that.
Passou escuro baixo.
Surely that's the kind of clutch that will rally a whole team.
Entrou meio.
Now they've got much more.
Porra, velho.
That's a massive risk out of MIB.
Puxou meio, hein?
Pays off and see if they're going to be able to bring it all the way home now. In the rest of this half, 9-6 definitely be a good scoreline.
Entra fundo, entra fundo. Entra fundo
Very
logo.
paranoid about this push, and for good reasons. They are right on the other side of the flashbang setup. They call
Escuro
it
baixo.
simple, but the
Escuro
jump
baixo.
open it up. It's absolutely beautiful. Now Fallen going to be peeking.
Bora, bora, todo mundo, bora.
He has one chance there, going to smoke off and behind him, and he's kind of stuck. There's no one there to help him out.
Yeah, he's in a really tough spot. And if anyone's going to get out of it, it would be Fallen.
Tem vários CT.
At the moment with this low of HP, all he can really do is the unexpected.
Plantar fundo.
The Zeus one.
Tem cara na varanda.
There's no one there. He's going to call the bomb back. But at the moment, it's poised to take the B bomb site.
He's not really in a position to catch the bomb right now. He's down the ladder and not up. Simple's the one with the bomb all the way on the other side. It's really very hard to see how this round is going to play out. There's only 30 seconds as well, so if Cold can hold this angle with the AWP, he's going to have to run back up while they keep committing to it. He's double tuned here. It's a bad thing for him. Electronic creeping up just outside the range of the scope, and he's going to take him down. My God, that's a hard way to get outplayed. Stewie missing the first opportunity there, and the smoke is going to block him out of that. The grenade won't kill anybody either. There will be a bomb plant here. Stewie just...
Bomba, joga a bomba pra trás, velho.
6 seconds left.
Flash.
Delayed enough. I mean, it's worth the chance. Fallen's gonna fall all the way back. That's 7 rounds now on the board. Very slow, very scary round. A triple for Simple, by the way. He's got 12 overall. He's
already
him in Electronic. One of the deadliest duos in the game right now. Maybe.
So what was this?
We knew Simple was going to have doing all of it.
Nice.
Really.
Look up for me.
For Na'Vi now, and the rebuttal
Okay.
MIBR again. It's just going to be a
Tem vários,
I don't think he will.
Tem monte já.
So these battles at the end are crucial. They've got to box in. Easy one for Edward to find in the end. Felt like MIBR had been setting that play up for quite some time in this half with the different ways they've all dominated towards that. They wanted to kind of set up a double aggression there, and Na'Vi just handles it. Pretty much ended the round immediately.
Really, really well done. Calling the early aggression is... they had the chance to save the AWP there, Moses, and they didn't. On the Na'Vi side, they could have picked it up if they wanted it, but gonna stick to the AAKs.
It's one of the benefits of having Simple on your team, who's just a beast with every single weapon. You don't have to have him with an AWP. He's going to take over the game. We'll kind of see him doing now. 12 and 7 for him. Electronic at 14 and 8. That pairing has just been a disaster, a bane of every other team that's played against them. We are down 2 rounds as this tactical timeout comes to an end. Another chance, second chance for them to talk things through and try and get back on track. And you do have a full buy. It would have been a complete double save for the MIB. And we saw this when he was in Cloud9. He is a playmaker with...
Vou comer fundo aqui de pé 90, bora.
Down those first kills. He wants to be aggressive with it. See what he can
Joga logo...
Buguei.
Bora.
Vai, calma.
Tem molotov no fundo. Almost.
Bora.
It was just a trick that Stewie had and Fallen as well. A little bit scary. Want that AWP to have the first kill, especially considering how little they have for this 13th round. This could be an incredible sweep in the first half. If Na'Vi can win this one, then
they might get up towards 10.
Yeah.
And that'd be difficult to come back from. Now, they did at least leg Simple, so they have the chance to find that opening kill. Instead, they'll have to go with low HP.
Move it.
But the tough part now is you don't have a whole lot of utility if you're MIBR, and you don't have a whole lot of knowledge. You've had to go passive, so it is kind of going to be a blind stack for the moment. And at this very second, it's the wrong bomb site. So Stewie's going to have to be a bit proactive and try and find something. Going to have to see bodies without going down to be able to call the rest of his team over to the right bomb site.
Careful to not, as soon as you jump in your airborne, if the orb is on the other side, that's when you get caught. So they tried to minimize that risk by boosting up there. It's a tiny detail, but definitely interesting to see how careful they're being, Na'Vi, and not giving anything back to MIBR.
With how cautious they're being, the other side of that coin is they're being slow as well, and that's pulling the rest of MIBR here. They're going to have 3 players at the moment. Fallen's running as fast as he can. There goes Stewie, spam through the smoke. He might have been seen first. Na'Vi still not through the smoke, still not attacking this bomb site, and Fallen has now arrived.
That AWP is just going to get the 1 kill. Excellent return. Simple with one of them. Hiding inside of the smoke is Tarek, and work out. Cold will go down as well. A beautiful round. A team ace here out of Na'Vi. Very careful, very precise, not to give any to MIBR.
So dangerous though. You saw that kill at the end. That could have stopped the bomb from being planted. And coldzera would have just had to run away and survive. It's on a knife's edge. So the desperate buy from MIBR doesn't pan out. They're down by 3 now, and Na'Vi have just such a massive advantage. Not only in the map because of this, but in the sense that MIBR can't even purchase anything until the next round. It's fight for a 6th. So the offense of this Brazilian and North American mix is going to be tested in a big way in that second half.
This is Na'Vi's map pick. +2 brought in by MIBR, which and so far, Na'Vi did not make a mistake in picking this map. 8 rounds on the side of all hearts is absolutely great. Flashbang, setup, and there's USPs on the other side. This guy, almost no chance. A great return here, at least getting the 1. They can't even pick up the rifle that they dropped. Round number 9 on the board now for Na'Vi, going into the 15th round, the last of the half here. See if MIBR could get 1 more round. It does make a huge difference if they can get that and win the pistol on the second half.
Yeah, anything you can claw out at the end of this half. Maybe MIBR's had some chances, but Na'Vi's just always kept them in such a weird money scenario. Those resets have been quick to come in when Na'Vi wins a round. 1 more chance from MIBR to give themselves as much space as possible. Flamey has an op. Wondering if he goes and takes a shot and then comes back and exchanges the weapon away. A lot towards this B bomb site. 4 players here already, and that makes you feel like Na'Vi's going to commit to this right off the bat. Look at Simple, how aggressively he wants to challenge. He's here so quick, spamming away. A little bit of attention, trying to pull some utility out of the MIBR side, trying to take anything away for when the hit eventually comes in. Less counter nades for MIBR makes it much, much easier for Na'Vi, but I don't think he pulls too much. MIBR stayed disciplined.
He's controlling that whole area on his own right now. No boosts, no retaking through the element or anything like that. They're a little bit worried still, MIBR. Nobody wants to be the first to make a mistake in this round. It's so much on the line. Smoke goes towards the sniper spot up there. Still, it's a pretty good stack on this bomb side. I feel like Stewie may be a little bit alone. He does have smoke, which is important if you're playing the barrels. You don't want to get Molotov and run down. And in RV instead are going to maybe, oh, actually,
yeah, this is what he was holding the monster push on the CT side with an AWP that whole time, just so Electronic and Simple could be worry-free as they cleared short sewers. Look at this re-aggression though. MIBR pull a 3rd player back towards this A bomb site. Now they want to be aggressive and find the information, but no one's fighting with Fallen. He's all alone. Fur got into cover, and now Tarek's in trouble. Fur can catch Edward off guard if he chases, but if Edward just holds the angle, Fur hasn't done anything just yet. He needs this kill. He needs the follow-up. It's just a 2-man attack here from Na'Vi. The rest of it coming at the B bomb site. That was huge. That was massive to keep MIBR in this round.
Stewie down at the B bomb site. Fur did his job on the other side. You could see him taking the nerve to take that second fight against Zeus, and it worked out. 3-on-3 with 10 seconds left. Stewie, can he stop the bomb? Can he save the team right now? Electronic down on the ramp. The bomb being planted on the other side. There's Stewie, the one almost flicks over and gets the kill. And now coldzera. He's got some backup here. Fur in from the A bomb site. 2-on-2. And everything on the line for this one. MIBR far behind in this game right now. They desperately need it. That smoke is going to fade now. They don't even have a kit picked up. It's going to be a very long battle to try and defuse this bomb. And good flashbang set up to try and get it. Electronic not quick enough to click it, but Flamey, the first bullet accuracy is so good, and now Cold is in deep trouble. And he knows it as well. He can't really force them out. He's going to tap it once, an incredible headshot. But Flamey's still out there, and the bomb, it's just so far ticked already. He gets the kill, but there isn't enough time. 10-5 in favor of Na'Vi. An incredible first half here.
Zeus and Edward do just enough at that A bomb site to bring the defenders of MIBR back towards A. That was a very well simulated hit. Berg gets those kills, and that was about the only hope you could have, but they just came too late. 7 of the last 8 rounds go to Na'Vi. What a run that is.
It's a very, very good job. I mean, they were struggling a little bit. They lost 4 in a row, and it just looked great. And MIB actually do know how to take some risks to even go on that run, so they look well drilled on this overpass map. It could be very hard for MIBR to get back into this game after all.
31 kills between Electronic and Simple. That is a big-time performance from the top 2 players. It's Fur, Coldzera, and Fallen, both in double digits for the MIBR side, but those 3 players are equaling the frag total of Simple and Electronic at 31.
Yes, indeed. And now we're going to go into the second half. London, are you still with us? There we go. Second half coming up here. The first semi-final of the Face It London Major, MIBR and Na'Vi. We'll see. Na'Vi, can they follow this through? If they win this pistol round, it is going to be almost impossible for MIBR to bring it back. But if not, we may still have a game in our hands. Let's just see. Edward, very exposed. If that door opened and they exploded out of it, he probably would have got caught.
Steps to hear Smuyas. As Edward's still glancing towards door. Oh, look at Simple, he's hunting down information. He gets a pop flash just to move forward a little bit, so he's starting to know what's coming, or more importantly, what's not coming. They're on the rotation back to the B bomb site, MIBR, and so is Na'Vi. This is going to be one hell of a gunfight.
Yeah, they're literally all showing up at the bomb site, aren't they? The battle commences right now. The flash to set it up. Electronic getting the one. Edward picking up another headshot. It's a great start here for the CT side. Flamey's going to get run down, and the bomb plant happening pretty early on in the fight. Electronic, one more bullet is going to do it. Taking down Tarek is not bad at all, and Cold alone with just a Glock. He's going to pick up one. They practically double up for him here. Don't want to be doing that. They're going to chase him down with the knives are out, and Zeus will get it. Oh man.
Listen, if that doesn't piss you off when you're MIBR, I don't know what will. Coming in for a knife in the semifinals of a major.
Didn't someone try to knife Coldzera once on cobblestone and bad things happened?
Yes, very bad. There was mouse sports that tried to do that, and yeah, listen, that woke the beast. We'll see if it does here, because MIBR needs something. They had that clutch from Coldzera in the first half with that deagle, and I think that was the last round they won in that half. So that kind of a clutch didn't get anyone hyped up. MIBR is going to need something here. And they're going to go for a buy in this second round. Remember, it still holds true for Na'Vi. 100% win rate in these second rounds after they win the pistol. But Stewie's got an AK-47 to work with.
Right now, Na'Vi, they don't have much of an incentive to be very aggressive. I mean, there's a little bit from Edward down there with the MP9, but if they stay on the bomb sites, those MP9s, 3 of them in play right now on the Na'Vi side, close range, they can chew up a lot of players coming in. Even with armor, it's still a pretty good weapon, and you could be so mobile with it as well. Hard to fight against. That one AK on Stewie, though. We'll see if it's going to make the difference that they're hoping for. They do have enough smokes for a good execute. This can work.
I think they're going to, it almost feels like they're just going to march up as close as possible before hitting it. And yeah, now it's just an explosion. Simple's coming and wrapping around behind those. Someone's got to watch it, but to have the manpower to do that, you have to take care of Electronic. Stewie's led the way, but he wants to take the pistol. Here it is, Electronic going hunting. He's going to find one, and that's a good kill. Stewie swings into it, and Simple, he's going to stop this round no matter what happens. He's going to shut it all down. Tarek doesn't get back here in time to stop that. The defuse is on, and there's just no chance. And this is the difference. This defense we've seen in these first 2 rounds of this half. Simple has been so aggressive. This time he's pushing up long, coming in through bathrooms, pissed around. He's pop flashed towards top stairs. He's finding all the intel for Na'Vi to be in the perfect position.
I mean, between Electronic and Simple, How does somebody make it through this? It's smart play as well from Electronic here. He just isolates the guy towards the restrooms to get the bomb planter. It's really a good way to sort of recognize the map and just make sure that he can get that kill completely safely. 21 kills on Electronic, 18 on Simple. I don't know how you shut this down. And right now, MIBR don't know either.
Well, they better figure it out. They're going to have basically one buy in this half to try and ignite some competition because Na'Vi just running away with it at this point. Now they're getting confident. Now they're getting aggressive. Fer gets one. He's traded off immediately. But all this pressure on MIBR is funneling them towards the B bomb site where Flamey's got a long angle. Edward's going to be here as well. And even Zeus has control of the underpass. So nowhere to go for MIBR that's going to make things easy.
Absolutely not. They love a fight. Somebody to peek them and they get that one deagle headshot in. Coming down the ladder definitely is going to be tricky with Zeus holding it with the AK-47. He's actually going up. He might be gifting them quite a bit there. Stewie with the instant headshot. They'll take that any day of the week.
That's very weird. I mean, okay, Simple is going to peek, sees nothing. He's the only one that's getting any information or any knowledge of the A bomb site. No one's there. No one's in bathrooms. No one's out towards long. All they kind of had was that push from Zeus and kind of Simple, listening for something in the staircase that's going to give any indication. Now, thankfully, Na'Vi have the players still over towards the B bomb site because that's where this hit is going to come in, but it's much more dangerous than they'd like.
Absolutely. Molotov there on Stewie picked up. Simple jumping right down into the tunnel. He's going to win that fight, but that could have been scary. It could have been 3 people instead of 1 down there. And just running into the fight. He has no care in the world. Going to pick up the kill and just keeps on going. 2 on 2 now. 16 seconds on the clock. And the bomb will go down. Going to be peeking up in towards heaven. Almost could have got taken down from Edward. He's in a very uncomfortable position down on that bomb site. Oh, God. He still lands the headshot fallen. That's a perfect shot for the pistol. And now Edward up here. He wants to get a peek at the same time, and he wins it anyway. Incredible transfer there. Edward doing a good job. And they're going to be getting that defuse in no problem. Actually, is he looking for a bit more? Yeah, wants the AK instead.
We saw Yanko clapping there after his team loses the 2-on-1, and you might be wondering why he seems to be celebrating the loss. And it's that they played it the right way, and that's all you can ask for. A double peek, Fallen swings out. He was locked in. You put Coldzera, one of the best players in the world for 2 years running, especially in a position to get that trade kill, and he probably gets that 19 out of 20 times. This just happens to be the one where he misses it. But this is the smart play, and Edward just handles it so well. Good transfer over. They were probably trying to find a timing where he's either jumping up onto that railing or falling in towards water, but either way, they've taken as much money out of the pockets of Na'Vi as they possibly can, and this is where MIBR really has to get going. This is the last chance they have to stay into this map.
Absolutely. The scoreline tells it all. 13-5 right now. The rush is on. MIBR very quick, and they line up for Electronic. Aggressive behind the smoke. Simple takes a shot, and he's not even falling back. He's just sticking around. They hard called that push. They saw it coming. They had the setup for it, and they shut it down. This is an incredibly powerful performance out of Na'Vi. Nothing like the wobbly team that we were seeing earlier in the tournament. They're focused right now.
Nothing like the one Fallen might have seen in that interview. They are playing this so well. Oh, nice shot from Fallen out towards Flamey. Flamey actually shot first, but less accurate. Now Simple and Zeus aggressive towards long, and even Edward is really shrinking the map, and he might be able to find one, maybe even both free kills, but he's happy with the information. He's just going to back away. And why not? You pass it on to Simple, who's now all on his lonesome. He gets to make a choice on how to play this. And they're going to have no idea he's here. Coldzera walks right into the barrel, and it's Fallen now to challenge, and he's going to find that one, but he's not ready. Jumping around the corner, trying to gain a lot of ground, and Zeus is ready for it. 14-5. I think map 1 might be all wrapped up.
Yeah, they're doing an incredible job, and I mean, some of the mistakes we've seen out of Na'Vi in the past where they gave a little bit away. There was that one round where Zeus climbed up the ladder. I think that's the closest we've got. And usually there's more than just a single round. So seeing them at this level, it could be really interesting. I mean,
even the mistakes just seem to be passing more data, more information on to Electronic and Simple to just be able to use it and just to be able to dominate this game, and that's the scary part.
It's great to watch. 20th round here, and Na'Vi with all of the cards in their hand right now. They're doing it all right. Taking up a bit of a position. Instead, in case it was a rush through Monster Tunnel, he would have been ready. Instead, it's coming through the other side. And Flamey still going to be able to get one good kill. There's a good return, though. Edward nearly going down. That would have given them everything they needed. Stewie picking up that one, 2-on-2, but he can't escape. Zeus able to land the headshot, and that will leave it all on firm. He sees the feet, and he knows he's boxed in by now. He's got so much time for it, but he's not checking the angle, and he's going to go down. Good triple for Zeus, getting a bit on his side. 15-5, 1 round away here from picking up map number 1 of the semi-finals. We could be in a world, Moses. We don't know about the other one yet, and we obviously have different opinions, but there is a scenario in which we get number 1 and number 2 in the world in the grand finals.
That would be amazing. That would be an incredible thing, especially considering Na'Vi, one of the first teams to really exploit some weaknesses in Astralis if they were to meet in the grand finals here. That would be a nice little matchup to have indeed. The off on Fallen again, and Na'Vi, I mean, the tough part is even when the kills come out, Na'Vi's making all the right decisions on their rotations. Some damage taken from MIBR running through the flames, running through a Molotov, didn't want to waste a smoke to put it out. Electronic and Simple again aggressive here. They're looking to put a stop to this round before it even begins. Electronic hoping for the timing, but he's just going to fall away with Simple. Molotov to cover the retreat.
As they're falling back, they almost got caught by Fur. He was actually running through that, so, or at least had right on the edge, so maybe could have caught them. Scary when you run with your back turned at that moment. 21st round. Last chance here for MIBR to have an impact on Overpass. Again, the map pick of Na'Vi, and we're seeing why right now. Great headshot on Fur. Electronic giving a little bit away. Simple losing his partner in crime over here and maybe feeling a bit lonesome.
I think Simple wanted to peek with him at some point, but there's no chance to set any kind of play up like that as soon as if your head gets taken off immediately. Simple now is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive, which I'm sure he's fine with. Taking a deeper off angle. Fur's the only one here, though, so no ability to trade this kill. If Simple wins that fight, it's a huge part of the map that stays in Na'Vi's control that might just kind of stop any hit onto this A-bomb site. Very hard to get in safely when you don't control long. That's even allowing Zeus to rotate over towards the B-bomb site. Here comes the hit. Simple going to be under pressure. He's starting to fall back. When does he turn around? Oh, it's the perfect timing for Fur. It's going to be a free kill. He taps away, and MIBR's into the bomb site.
And they're going to run away on the other side. They already know it. That's a very, very patient play out of Fur. Like, he got that kill really early on. How long did he wait out there? Like 30 seconds-ish before he went and peeked, and it was just a good job. So, 6 rounds on the board, and I mean, the comeback's going to be very, very tricky.
Tricky's a good way to put it. Not likely is another way.
Yeah, you need to do it just right, Moses. No mistakes. maybe get the calculation perfectly.
9 more perfect rounds. That's simple.
But even if they get close, even if they just start to build into it, right? Actually, one of the things that we haven't, I feel like some of the early MIBR rounds, once they picked up the Stewie and Tarek, and it wasn't even just that they weren't looking good, is that they weren't even getting like enough kills on the board. I don't think that's true for this game, even if they're so far behind, right? The whole team is kind of there, they're kind of doing a good job. Just did not look like they were ready to play Overpass yet. Oh my god.
That was nice. That was very, very good. Yeah, 2 kills from Fur ends that round. 15-6. Na'Vi buying up what they can, slowly running out of cash. They still have an AWP. They have 3 M4s and an SMG.
It's a real luxury that Na'Vi have right now. They can play this one default for 5 rounds in a row. They're going to be rushing right into
4 players defending here, Anders.
What a call coming through the monster tunnel into the whole Na'Vi lineup. Tarek is going to take down one. Simple with the instant return. They have been called right now. They're all here and they're all rotating in. Stewie's out of it, and it doesn't look like they're going to make the breakthrough happen. Fallen going to take one in return, but Simple, he sees the shoulder, and that's all he needs. A 2-on-2 now. MIBR trying to hold on to this first map, and they tried to just have a power play into the bomb site. Now they're going to call it off, and I'm almost shocked that they make it out of the bomb site again alive. That's the bomb. Tarek straggling just a little bit behind, but he's going to make it through, and Cold Zero has actually got a good position here. Oh god.
He's actually beat Simple to the punch. Oh! Takes him out of the sky, and that should be it. Electronic has an AK-47. He's still kind of calling the bluff, and it looks like he might want to go for this, but yeah, Simple got the information of Tarek running, but Cold Zero was 20 steps ahead of him and able to kind of cover and enter into that bomb site. Simple wasn't expecting it whatsoever, wanted the information, but not the fight. I don't know if Electronic's going to go for this. He might just be looking to save that AWP right before the bomb explodes.
In terms of economy, that would be the wise move. I was almost thinking that he would. I mean, He's been playing a great game right now, so he must be feeling fairly fired up. 7 rounds on the board for MIBR. It is a difference. And they, I mean, I'm shocked that they didn't lose that round, rushing into a 4-man stack.
It's great trades coming in the whole way, and even still you could see how close it got. I mean, MIBR just was not ready for that many players there, and it's obviously bold to call that kind of a rush in this scenario, but you're also calling it, unfortunately, in a moment when Na'Vi is running a stack along that wall, which added that extra player. Also, I mean, it might be part of it. Navi's been aggressive, remember, towards Fountain, towards Stairs, and they might be saying, you know, they've seen that aggression a number of times. There's not really a great chance they're going to want to call something fast towards the A bomb site, because they're going to have to be cautious of the fact that we've been there a number of times.
Yeah, maybe some of the Brazilian fans here starting to rally behind their team a bit more, starting to see that there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. 23rd round, that 1 AWP on Simple, do not underestimate it. Again, he is a madman when it comes to this particular gun. A lot of, triple grenade right to the face of Zeus, who was jumping for that peak. Beautiful stuff.
Every advantage counts, and MIBR found themselves one here, and there goes Simple. That's the danger weapon, although Edward picks it up. Obviously a much different caliber of AWPer than Simple is. Double mollies in the staircase just to ensure themselves they're going to have an easy time getting up. No pressure, no defense. There's the jump, and oh boy, Edward pins him to the wall. And now I think they kind of realize position at this A-bomb site. This might be a little bit dicey for MIBR. One more pick with that AWP from Edward, or some trouble clearing out this CZ from Electronic, and there could be an issue.
That's a good entry for Stewie. Easy to go down to that CZ 75. Such a powerful pistol. Oh, Edward getting that kill on Stewie, extinguishing the flames. But now they've been blocked off. They're going to boost on top. He does see somebody. But that SWAT truck is very hard to shoot through indeed. Flamey looking for it with the Deagle and picking it up against Fur. Now 30 seconds and the bomb has gone down. But it's a 2-on-2 and MIBR. Out of all the ways you could lose the map, this would be a horrendous way of going. Edward, very mobile with the AWP. He's got no fear right now. He just knows that it's 1 in 100 that they're going to win it, so might as well just try and go for it. No scoping around the corner, and they don't have a kit right now. He's going to tap it a single time, and they're not biting just yet. Waiting on the other 10-second defuse as well. There's Tarek. Good attempt from Edward, but I think that was his last chance, and he's going to fall back. Round number 8 on the board for MIBR. Slowly creeping back into the game.
It's so fine if Tarek dies here. He's trying to take the AWP away, making sure they invest in it. It's the only way MIB is going to get back into this if they can maintain economic control. They have the money to sacrifice an AK-47. Make Na'Vi invest in the AWP if they want it, and they can't do it this round. They don't have enough cash, and there's that nade stack. Beautiful, beautiful stuff, and Fallen expecting that peak, expecting something aggressive from Simple to keep them in the round, and even Edward showing off some skills. But still, again, it's a situation where if you're MIBR, you just have to feel Na'Vi's been one step ahead of you this whole map, and even though they didn't have the weapons to fight with in the previous round, that's got to be worrying that they're able to rotate into position perfectly.
They called it very well, and it is a bit unnerving when every single round is a struggle all the time. You have to fight, even when you're up against pistols. Long range here. Simple does not connect with the Deagle flick, and he doesn't want to stick around for it. Going to be falling back instead. 3 men on the B bomb site, and slightly forward position for Electronic playing up by the restrooms. So this is all pretty standard out of Na'Vi right now. Maybe a boost into connector. Could definitely catch someone. Last time it was the jumping AWP shot. Now we'll see if Stewie's going to be careful and check it. Not yet. And that's an easy kill for Edward. Good setup. A good little trick.
Alright, so MIBR now a man down. They have to fight against these pistols. Fur out towards long. Tarek looking for a pushing spot on the legs. He can equalize, and he is going to do it. Controls the spray at range. Doesn't want any more pressure coming his way, so Edward traded off. Back into a 4-on-4 we go. Fur's getting very close to long A, and Electronic is still halfway up bathrooms. Pop flash to find some information. Electronic peeks with it, and there's the knowledge. There's the kill from Fallen, and there's the kill from Fur. They've taken it all away. MIBR is going to get to 9, so really starting to build into this game. It feels like it might be too late still, but this is a pretty impressive run from an MIBR team that seemed out of it.
Oh, absolutely. 5 rounds in the first half, nowhere near good enough. And on this T side, though, looking a bit better. Zeus playing around here with a 5-7. Really, really good pistol. Fur is going to take him down anyway with a double kill on his own. 17 overall on him. And Fallen with 18, so those two are firing really well at the moment. And Flamey's stolen that AK-47, so he's going to be happy about that. 9 rounds to 15. It's still a long way. It's one mistake from losing the map the time.
Now you at least have some hope. Now if you're an MIBR fan, you're starting to feel good and you can at least see the light at the end of the tunnel. The question becomes, can they make it all the way? Still going to be so difficult, and another big challenge right here. I imagine we're going to see the double ops come from Na'Vi. They have all the cash in the world as this losing bonus has built up. It's not full force. These past 4 rounds that MIBR have won, there's been a couple that Na'Vi have tried to save, but it's been 4 bomb plants and 4 bomb explosions, so they're finding ways into the bomb site now. Timeout called from Na'Vi so they can take a breath.
Deep breath. They have pretty much secured this first map. They've pretty much won it. But you've got to go all the way, and if you end up in overtime, the game changes in such a dramatic way. It's ridiculous what happens when you get there. And you also just don't want to give MIBR a chance to warm up, to wake up, to start to really make it work here on this map.
We had the comeback, and it was in the Legend stage that was 4-15, and a comeback occurred. This would be the biggest one, I think, of the group stage, perhaps 5-15 in the semifinals, certainly in terms of the impact and the situation and the context around it. We'll see if MIBR can complete that run. Fallen's going to have the op still.
Still a little bit away, but we'll give them the runway. Simple. Not going to be charging forward, just sticking them behind a little bit. Electronic going to go down in connector. A lot of early Molotovs put out there from the CT side. Again, they're going to try and triple grenade it. Edward, well, nobody else is getting tagged from that either. Zeus is going to jump after the fact. He feels safe. Not expecting that there would be a double nade after it. I mean, that'd just be bad-mannered, wouldn't it?
That'd be a bit too much.
We'll leave that kind of stuff to Astralis, won't we?
They're the ones who can handle it. Well, Tarek still watching for a B push, far, far back, away from any danger. Slowly but surely, MIBR adjusting. They're running right into the op from Simple. It's going to be a pop flash. Looks like Fallen wants to peek this, and so many angles that he's got to worry about. Simple now just hoping someone walks down those stairs. These angles are all known to MIBR, though, and you can see the X-ray. Not visible to the players, but everyone from MIBR avoiding that entirely, and that's Stewie to find a kill. That might be through the smoke. That's in the staircase, and Simple might want to back away now. He's got no support whatsoever at the A side. Zeus is starting to rotate over. Calls it off, but all alone is this best player in the world hunting for 1 kill before he falls back, and he's not going to get it. Fallen outplays him. A 5-on-3, and Edward, Flamey, and Zeus, if they're not going to rotate over and hustle to the A bomb site, they may just want to think about saving this.
Yeah, I think they already are. I think they've given it up already. They're not even going to try. Fallen has been winning a lot of those fights, just edging into the scope, and somehow he's a bit quicker.
We talked about we knew the primary goal of Yanko's as he joined the coach was to get Fallen back on track. He said we need the old Fallen back. Stewie said in an interview they need Fallen to be at that previous level to be able to build around that. He's always been the foundational piece for this MIBR team, and we've seen glimpses of it in this event. It's nowhere near his previous peak, but it's starting to come back slowly but surely, and you can see what kind of advantages it provides when he's playing well.
Absolutely. A lot of teams right now in the top of Counter-Strike that definitely don't want Fallen back at that level. Never mind Coldzera. I mean, if those two start to put it together, if they can find the spark again here at the major, that'll be something else. Good save from Edward. These rifles, like once you make the call to save, especially doing it early on in the round, you don't want to lose your rifles in the last couple of seconds. That's really annoying.
Na'Vi's generally very good at that. So are the Danish teams. Oh, great shot from Flamey. They want more. That's really expensive. MIBR, it's not like they're rolling in cash, but they know how valuable those guns are. And they know as well, remember, that one AK-47 that Flamey saved, that allowed Simple to have an AWP, and Simple still got the money for it. Because they didn't have to buy that 5th weapon, Simple can still pick up an op on his own. So a very strong buy with those 3 weapons saved. That is smart economic play from Na'Vi down the stretch. I mentioned the only way this comeback happened is if MIBR can control the money in this game, and Na'Vi with that decision takes a little bit of that control away.
They know it all the time, Na'Vi. They can feel it right on the edge. They just need that one mistake to exploit that one opening kill. Anything going in their direction right here, and the map is theirs, and they can finally breathe a sigh of relief. And somehow they're being denied. More grenade setups, this time for the barrels, and nobody was there. Still a good idea to try and do it. And the spam through the wall, not going to connect with anyone either just yet. This three-man stack here is not bad at all for the Na'Vi side. The bomb is not committed to anything yet.
How aggressive does Stewie want to be here? He looks like he's poised and ready for a peek, ready for a pop flash in some way. Going to ignore the sandbags. Clear out the staircase. Fallen and Fur back towards A. That's the bomb on Fallen, though, and he's actually taking a pretty big risk, just leisurely walking through. And yeah, he's being cautious of all these angles, but if he gets taken out, that bomb's in an awkward spot. 50 seconds, and Simple gives up the angle right before Fur swings. Wow. He's been great, Fur, in this position. He's been so patient, playing it solo. Electronic might be lured into a peek here.
Yeah, he lost this fight last time, Electronic, and actually Fur, I think, picked up the kill on Simple as well. Who's going to win it this time? Simple, preoccupied on the other side. He's going to pick up Tarek. Electronic goes for the fight. Fur just edging back in, and Electronic going to win it. That might be enough. 3 on 5. Now they might finally have found a way to close this map out. Cold Zero, one big kill, following it up and taking down Electronic. Somehow, they're back in the round, and now it's a 3 on 3. Surely, they should have lost this round already. 3 versus 5, and they're back into it. Cold, holding the angle. Flamey with the instant headshot. It's a beautiful kill, and Stewie, he can't reconnect now. It's all on Fallen. He's kept them alive for a long time. The defuse is on the other side. He can't do it. 16-10 as Na'Vi take down MIBR on Overpass for the first map of the semi-finals. It's going to leave Dust 2 coming up. That was a very, very hard-fought battle for MIBR to try and get back into it, but Na'Vi were looking great.
It's that second buy round that Na'Vi had due to the saving decisions that they made. Now, if you're MIBR, the one thing you're going to focus on between these maps is we got beat up and we got battered in the first half, but we were still fighting. We still came back. Coming up of Dust 2. We're going to head to a break. We're going to talk to the desk, and then we're going to get Dust 2 underway, so stay tuned.
Meu cu, vou jogar.
Watch out, sniper.